My doctor recently did something surprisingly new in our never-ending stream of follow-up appointments.
Oh, this can't be good.
She asked me, how many usable hours do you have in a day?
That sounds like a loaded question.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
This feels like a trick. So what are usable hours?
Okay, I'll bite. What is it?
Well, usable hours are technically the hours that you use where you are not sleeping or relaxing or recovering.
Got one, then this whole day's ruined.
And instead, these hours can be used physically or mentally doing things. Getting errands done, showering, brushing your teeth, and other daily responsibilities.
I'll tell you what I told that doctor.
That is an unrealistic, unfair question.
You want to know why?
An average healthy person has 10 to 15 usable hours every day.
You can't be serious.
Well, as someone with multiple chronic illnesses, and fairly severe at that, I've come to realize that I only have a grand total of about maybe 1 or 2 usable hours a day. And that includes going to the bathroom.
You and me both, pal.
And I wish I had figured this out earlier, as, early in my diagnosis, I was desperately trying to keep up appearances of being normal.
How do you do, fellow kids?
And I was trying to keep up with having as many usable hours in a day as my peers. And it's actually a huge reason I've gotten as bad as I have.
I can do it!
But, I always felt like I was never getting anything actually done. I always felt behind, despite the fact that I was putting in more than my best effort every single day.
Which, as we all know, is completely ridiculous.
And it took me a really long time to realize that your worth doesn't come from how productive you are. And that's how this video you all love got made. 'Cause see, at the end of the day, I wasn't even comparing myself to others. I was comparing myself to my past healthy self.
Well, it's not a fair comparison.
This isn't healthy. You're living in the past.
And that's where we with chronic illness tend to struggle the most. It's really difficult to accept mentally, but it is part of the grieving process. To grieve the loss of our past identity and our past futures that we expected for ourselves. And again, that's where this video came from. But is there really nothing we can do to stretch our limited usable hours as much as possible? I mean, we can't just not get things done the rest of our lives, right?
Please, we are depressed enough!
Don't worry, I got your back. I won't let anything happen to you.
So here are some quick tips for being productive despite having chronic illness. First, figure out your current actual usable hours and then stick to that. Let go of the stress of trying to keep up and do things as though you were healthy.
Oh, being normal is vastly overrated.
Stop being a freaking perfectionist. Make tasks and chores easier by breaking them down into small chunks, and sometimes over multiple days. Again, do it badly. Don't hold yourself to a schedule. What I do is I have an app on my phone called To-Do List, and I put the most doable / important things on the top, and I do what I can based on my energy levels for that day. Some days I don't do any of them, but the list helps me through the brain fog of not wasting time or doing things that are too hard when there are easier things I can do and make progress without hurting myself.
In your face, to-do list.
4, don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's annoying. Do it anyways. Hence this video.
I don't even believe that you think asking for help makes you look weak. I think you don't do it because you're afraid of putting yourself out there.
Take breaks. Stop in the middle of things if it's needed.
You've been working hard. Take a break.
You know how long it takes me to make these videos? There's a lot of naps involved. It takes an entire day because I take naps and breaks and rest. And sometimes It takes an entire day to do one video. It's just how it is.
Okay, that explains a lot.
If you have a shortcut available to you, take it. What do I mean by that? Grocery delivery, prescription delivery, Amazon for household items that you need, a cleaning service if you can afford it and find one that doesn't, have scented chemicals that bother you, outdoor lawn and snow services. I ended up just getting a condo. Buying special cleaning tools like you saw me show off in the Amazon products video, etc., etc., etc.
I suppose it would make my life easier.
These things are not just luxuries for us. They are the only way we can keep up with the natural standard of living.
Wait, how much is all this going to cost me?
And I get all this is an added cost.
This is going to cost me money!
I mean, many of us who are chronically ill can barely afford to survive, let alone live comfortably. But look into it. I found out I can get prescriptions delivered even though it says there's a fee. My insurance actually covers it.
It feels like the whole system is rigged against us.
And this is exactly why we need to speak up about our reality. We need to ask for help and not just be embarrassed. We need to let people know what we're dealing with rather than just pretending to be normal.
Spreading awareness like never before.
Now, while I've been ever so kind to give you guys these tips for chores and cleaning, etc., and being productive, don't tell yourself, I have to use my time wisely and make every minute count.
Shut up, butthead. I don't sound like that.
Because let's face it, you have a chronic illness. No matter how many hours you have, you can't do it all. And that's okay. You have a chronic illness. You have a disability. You need to take care of your health first and foremost.
But it's hard.
Is it really hard? Oh yes! Oh yes! You guys know I'm the first to admit I've slipped up and done too much constantly. But keep trying. And for more life tips on learning how to prioritize rest and self-care, please watch this video next. I think it'll be very helpful. And together, my friends, we will keep on surviving.